What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. Now, we haven't had different and competing plot leaks for the very same Marvel property come out in close proximity since what I still refer to fondly as leak season before Avengers Endgame. If you were watching channels like mine, I'm sure you remember it well. It was a lot of fan fiction every other day with some hidden gems. Today's anonymous plot leak for the first 2.5 episodes of WandaVision is very different than the one we posted a couple of days ago. I'll make sure to link that at the end of this, where that was long, well written, and very detailed. This is pretty much the antithesis: short, concise, and even maybe poorly translated from a foreign language. Still, we're going to break it down word for word, tell you where it's coming from, issue the normal spoiler warning, and examine a key detail at the end of the leak, the beginning of episode 3, that implies Mephisto is indeed the main villain of the series. Like I said, we're going to break it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, as well as a whole slew of other Marvel related stuff, including this insane XM Studios 1/4 scale Beta Ray Bill statue. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button and leave a comment down below, then hit the notification bell, leave a like if you want, stick around at the end of the video, we'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So first things first, the normal spoiler warning. Dropping the normal spoiler warning 2 days apart, it almost feels like nostalgia for Endgame. Guys, remember, if it doesn't come from Marvel Studios, try to take it with a grain of salt, but sometimes these anonymous posts, like the one today to Reddit, end up becoming true. So if you're susceptible to that kind of thing and you know yourself better than others, which begs the question why you clicked on this video in the first place, still, if this is going to ruin your WandaVision, your Disney Plus, your Marvel Cinematic Universe experience, back out now. No one will judge you. We all will still love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Otherwise, you've been warned. Let's dive right in. Now, this was posted anonymously to Reddit just yesterday, and I readily, see what I did there, admitted this was pretty poorly written, but if you think about it as someone who may be writing this who doesn't have a great grasp of the English language, it goes a long way in explaining some of the absurd phrases, the nouns, and the adjectives. Doesn't mean that the content is any less real or not, so let's break it down word for word. Episode 1 starts, Wanda is completely sad after the events of Infinity War and Endgame and utterly alone after working with the Avengers and the death of her great love, her brother, and her trainer Natasha Romanoff. She receives an unexpected visit from a witch, Agnes. She offers Wanda sorcery classes, which would lead to her reality creation where she lives a perfect life. This next sentence is a doozy. Let me read it word for word without chuckling. What it happens, she got into the 50s years, and the series works as a sitcom. I mean, I'm pretty sure what he meant to write there is when it happens, she gets stuck in the 50s and the series becomes a sitcom. Again, if you had watched this and you're not a great writer, just trying to remember what you saw, and or English wasn't your first language, you typed this out and then used a translator, there's a chance it could come out like this, and I'll tell you why I brought that up in a couple of sentences. We have Aaron Johnson participating as Quicksilver, obviously participating as the verb here is a little awkward. Meanwhile, Agnes seems to be nosy about Wanda's life and works for a powerful villain. That also doesn't make sense. Agnes here is supposed to be Agatha Harkness. Typically, Agatha Harkness is on the superhero side of the ledger, being a mentor for both Scarlet Witch and Franklin Richards. It doesn't mean, though, that she's not being manipulated by this powerful villain. We'll get back to that. Now, this next sentence is why I said, hold on to the idea that maybe this is just poorly written from memory and then even more poorly translated and not completely illegitimate. Listen to the content of this next leadoff for episode 2. At Universe 616, SWORD soon notices Wanda Maximoff's disappearance and invites Jimmy Woo and Darcy Lewis to investigate the disappearance of the hero after their successive work with Ant-Man, Jane Foster, and Thor. Now guys, there are a couple of things here that are extremely savvy, and remember, this is either fake or it's not. This guy saw the episodes or got a description of the episodes, or he didn't, so let's just assume for a second that it's fake. Still, denoting that we're back in Universe 616 after we just left the end of episode 1, reminding us that we were actually in some side reality Wanda had created for herself in the multiverse, is something Marvel absolutely would do. They let you know locations all of the time, including explaining why Jimmy Woo and Darcy Lewis would even be involved in the series in the first place. Oh yeah, that's right, they already worked with Avengers. And using the same logic, this guy's either a good writer or he's not. He either has the savvy to come up with these kind of details and pack them into this kind of content, or he doesn't. And considering he dropped what it happens, she got into the 50s on us, let's be real, Your boy's not Charles Dickens. It just makes me think that maybe he does have some actual information here. Fake or not, it's still extremely interesting that Marvel would let us know, hey, we're bouncing between universe timelines, something they haven't done in the past, but with other locations and even otherworldly coordinates for everywhere in the universe, everything from Avengers to Guardians, they have let you know where we are. This wouldn't be a departure from the norm. Okay, going on. They encounter Agnes, going deeper into the story of the mysterious woman who reveals herself as Agatha Harkness, a Salem witch. Monica Rambeau gets known that people from around the world are suffering from nightmares during their sleep and summons a team to investigate it. At the same time, Wanda becomes pregnant with Vision in her universe, giving birth to Wiccan and Speed. He said Wicano. See, again, maybe from a different language. That might have been how they pronounced it, or he may have dumped this into a translator and it added an O. The children have powers and count on Agnes's help to develop them, as does Wanda, who looks better and better at her skills. Episode 3, with time passing in a peculiar way in Wanda's reality, it's Halloween and Wiccan and Speed are already teenagers. Vision is possessed by a demon, Mephisto, and we can see more of his powers during the night's events, which feature great battles between the couple and villains. Wait. What? So here's the thing. In a ton of leaks and rumors, especially here real recently, Mephisto's been heavily rumored to have replaced Nightmare as the main villain in the upcoming Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, being tied to this WandaVision series, which had already been implied by Marvel Studios. We knew one would lead directly into the other. Would make sense to be introducing that villain on a smaller scale. Also, and undeniably, Mephisto's actually had his fingerprints all over the Infinity Saga. You guys will remember that Ebony Maw took what would have been his role during Infinity War and even directly quoted him in the beginning of the movie when he said, "My humble personage bows before your grandeur." That's a direct quote from Mephisto in the Infinity Gauntlet comic, as well as an early cut Easter egg, guys, and it's not canon, the scene was cut, where they had Mephisto listed on a file that Nick Fury was in possession of in regards to the Tesseract. Now, again, to be clear, that's non-canonical, it was cut, but still, they've been dancing around Mephisto in the MCU for quite some time now. With the chance to use a character in the right context, it looks like this is going to be the main villain that they're leading up to with WandaVision directly into Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And this is super interesting for one more reason. If you've been watching the channel for the last couple of weeks, and I'm obviously getting excited, as we've explained and been talking about Ghost Rider for quite some time now, it has been heavily rumored for the better part of the last 6 months and seemingly confirmed last week by industry insiders that he's in development now over at Marvel Studios, that an iteration of Ghost Rider will show up in the Multiverse of Madness. And as we put in our most recent expose, it would have to be, and most likely, the Johnny Blaze or Danny Ketch iterations of the character. Why this is so curious is Johnny Blaze has a huge connection to Mephisto. As it turns out, that's who was involved with selling his soul in the first place. There were a couple of retcons that saw him go from demon to Satan and back. However, at this point, the connection to Ghost Rider, his connection to, well, the rest of the Infinity Saga and all of the rumors and leaks we've had up until now heavily suggest this, meaning even though this wasn't well written and there's a good chance that it's fan fiction, it holds a lot of content and value that seemingly fits perfectly with what we already know coming up for Marvel Phase 4. Guys, let me know in the comments all your thoughts. How do you feel about the authenticity of this leak? And Nightmare versus Mephisto, which one would you be more all in on? Remember, they are heavily rewriting or just completely rewriting that script now with Sam Raimi at the helm, but Marvel Studios still has a general direction they want to go in. Obviously, with WandaVision already having been written, they're going to hand the villain over, whoever the lead-in is. And on top of that, now we're seeing why these are so heavily connected and have to come out sequentially with all of the delays pushing all of the slate over. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below, and quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We're still giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, the next of which is at the 650,000 subscriber mark. We're right around the corner from that, about 4,500 subscribers away. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. Make sure to hit the notification bell with notifications turned on, and leave a like on this video. Now that'll automatically enter you to win all of the rest of the prizes that we're announcing here at the channel over the next couple of days and weeks going forward, including this insane X XM Studios 1/4 scale Beta Ray Bill statue. Now, if you're not into collectibles, if you don't keep up with companies like Sideshow and XM, these may be new to some of you, but they are absolutely immaculately detailed representations of some of your favorite Marvel characters. This one in particular measuring at almost 30 inches tall. It's over 2 feet, again 1/4 scale, and if you've never seen these things in person, they are absolutely awesome. I recently acquired this one from the Gem Mint collectible store, and he actually did a full in-depth review of this statue. If you want to follow that, I'll make sure to link it somewhere on this video or in the channel. You can find him over at Gem Mint Collectibles. Either way, guys, if you want to be entered to win, this is the prize at 750,000 subscribers as we make our way up to 1 million, and all the same rules will always apply for all of the prizes we announce. Hit the subscribe button and make sure to be a subscriber here at the channel, then leave a comment down below on this video because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. The best way to do that is to hit the notification bell with notifications turned on to make sure you keep up to date with our content and drop a like on the video. Guys, my name is Michael Roman. This is Everything Always. Thanks so much for checking out the channel. Those of you who have been rocking with me for the last couple of years, I cannot thank you enough for your support. And if you're just finding the channel, stick around. We post everything Marvel related, everything from the most anonymous 4chan plot leaks that could be real and sometimes do come true, all the way to the official stuff coming from Marvel announcements, trailer breakdowns, and Easter eggs. Thanks for checking out the channel and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.